against Tennessee. That means for sure it's football time in Tennessee.
The voice of the legendary John Ward, former voice of the Volunteers for decades. The 101st meeting between these two teams. They started it all back in 1928, and with the exception of 1 year during World War II, they played every season, and it's become known as the third Saturday in October. Alabama leads the all-time series. There was a tie in Birmingham in the first meeting. Alabama has won 11 straight. The last win for the Volunteers was in 2006. They won by a field goal here in Knoxville. We had rain showers this morning. It was a miserable looking day, and it is beautiful right now. Football weather. Tennessee won the toss and deferred. So Alabama will have the football first. And as Gary said, when they get the football first, they score in a hurry.
Yeah, just some advice. Don't go in to get anything to drink right now.
Volunteers coming off that big win at Auburn, 30-24, ending an 11-game SEC losing streak. So that's something they have built on during the course of the week, and they hope to carry it over against the top-ranked team in the land. Josh Jacobs, Brian Robinson back deep for the Tide. Paxton Brooks has got it teed up. And we're set to start the 8th week of the season. A returnable kick. We don't see that very often. Josh Jacobs out of the end zone. Got a little crease down the sideline, all the way out to the 40, where the kicker had to knock him out of bounds. So a good way to start for the Crimson Tide. And the Chick-fil-A starting lineups starts with number 13, Tua Tagovailoa. His numbers are unbelievable. 21 touchdowns, no interceptions. His quarterback rating is off the charts. And here's the group that joins him. And Jerry Jeudy's been his favorite receiver. 9 touchdown catches for Jeudy already. Josh Jacobs will start in the backfield. The Tagovailoa, who comes up throwing on first down and completes out to Irv Smith, who Gary talked about, a pickup of 11, 1 play, 1 first down. So immediately they go into Volunteer territory, where this defense will try to slow them down. Daniel Bituli, the middle linebacker, won't play in the first half because of a targeting foul a week ago. So that means Cortez Sapp is in his spot. First down for the Tide at the 46. And we got movement on Alex Leatherwood, the right guard.
Start on the offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty, remains touchdown.
And you can hear in our referee's microphone, we got a little bit of a breeze blowing here in Knoxville today.
It does appear that Irv Smith is taking the part of Devontae Smith in the 3 wide receiver look. He's playing that H-back slot, which catches a lot of balls in the RPO offense of Alabama. He caught it on the first play of the game.
He's in that slot on the right side. Back at the 49 of Alabama on the ground. Jacobs breaks into the secondary, and he's got a first down at the 35.
Well, it's hard to point out for Alabama who their playmakers are. It's probably easier to say who their playmakers aren't. And usually they have 70 numbers because everybody else is capable of taking the ball to the house.
Jacobs starting the game today. Normally it would be Damian or Najee Harris. Here comes a blitz from the Volunteers. Tagovailoa loads and fires too high. Intended for Henry Ruggs. Incomplete. Now the opening possessions for Alabama this year, all touchdowns. Just depended on how long it took them. That Texas A&M game, it was 1 play, the one we did, after a turnover forced by the defense on the very first play from scrimmage. Jalen Waddle in as the 3rd wide receiver now, the freshman, on 2nd and 10. Throw is too high. Intended for Judy. So a couple of errant throws, not something we normally see from Tua, Gary.
I think Tua was fooled on that play. He felt they were blitzing and he had a free throw to the outside, but Bryce Thompson, number 20, was baiting the throw and had Judy in his sights.
Yesterday we talked to the coaches and they said, we just want to get him to third down. Here it is, third and 10.
They don't do this a lot, having to drop back and third and long. I bet it's the very few plays they've had third and long this season.
Waddle in motion on the top of the screen. Tagovailoa looking that way, waiting, and throws short in the middle to Waddle, and he's got the first down. Yeah, needed 10, they got 11.
The key was the protection. Tua had all day to wait on his throw, because you're going to get a little in and then back out, and he had to wait on it. Wait, and there he is wide open on the out route after he curled in. If he didn't have 4 seconds to throw there, that would have not been a completed pass.
Only one rush so far to get inside the Tennessee 25. Jacob stays in there with Tagovailoa in the Alabama backfield. He'll get the carry off the right side, only about a yard. All wrapped up. Darren Kirkland, the outside linebacker, number 34, the first guy there.
And if you watch the tapes of Alabama, and especially Josh Jacobs' play, he's earned this start. Not only does he run the ball at a high level, but his blocking and receiving, he earned this start here against him. And, you know, when he earned it, that's against some good players.
No
Damian
kidding.
Harris, Najee Harris. It's a great competition at that running back spot.
Second down and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again, and it's Jacobs, and a first down run.
Well, he just follows the guard that time. Remember, on every one of these runs, Tua has that opportunity to pull the ball. This time he just follows Leatherwood and gets into the second. Deontay Brown, also playing for Lester Cott in there, also made a big block on the play.
Tied 33 out of 40 in the red zone this year. They're in there right now at the 12-yard line. Hench is the extra tight end. He's a touchdown maker. Doesn't catch many balls, but most of them are scores. He's in motion. Here comes a blitz off the corner. Josh Jacobs, only about one that time. Nigel Warrior's got him wrapped up. First hit, shy tunnel. And Cortez Sapp, and then Nigel Warrior finished it off.
8 or 9 times in running situations against Auburn, Tennessee ran the 8-man front by blitzing the corner. And what they do is slant away from that blitz, and that's what stopped that running play.
He got it to the 11.
Yeah, but this will be a passing down now. Let's see if Jeremy Pruitt brings the house and puts some pressure on him. He does not.
Tagovailoa drops to throw, scans the field, wanted to go short. Still with the ball, and now the delivery for the touchdown to Jerry Jeudy.
Well, knocked away at the last second. I think it was Bryce Thompson got his hands on it. Did he have it and throw it down? You had the call, Brett. I thought he knocked it down. Holy cow, great catch. The ball came out so fast. Oh, he knocked it down after he came down. Yep, good call. I see the ball on the ground, and that doesn't count.
From our Chick-fil-A pylon cam, there's a good look. And again, the Tide scores on its first possession. Bullis, extra point is good.
Again, all the time that Tua bought on that play. He wanted to throw the ball to his left, spun around and let it go.
So 58 yards in 9 plays. And as Alabama always does, it seems so far this year anyway, a touchdown on their first drive. And for Jerry Jeudy, number 10 on the season. Tied 7-0.
Take the floor somewhere.
Sports news and highlights straight without the noise. Stream CBS Sports HQ, the all-new 24/7 Sports News Network, available on your phone, computer, and connected TV devices. CBS Sports HQ, sports for the true fans. You can join Gary at CBS Sports HQ after every one of our games. every opening possession so far. That's a pretty nice string, too. Not many people can ever make that claim.
Well, Tennessee forced him to take 9 plays, but 2 big passing downs that Tennessee could not get any pressure on Tua was the difference in that drive.
He sure had a long time to look at it.
Yes, he did. He had 4 seconds at least on the first down throw, and then down on the touchdown throw, he had more than that. We'll show you.
Ty Chandler back deep, along with Madre London. And this kick's returnable as well. Going to be fair caught, though. I thought he called a fair catch. He did, and then ran with it. So it goes out to the 25. Let's take it back to the touchdown.
So Tua wanted to throw this ball and drop it off to Josh Jacobs. Here's Judy. Watch him come out and stall. He's going to throw it to his left. Nope, covered. So on this play, the truck is telling me they timed it out. It was 7 seconds before the ball was thrown. It was contested, but not knocked down until after it was a touchdown.
So here's Tennessee's first offensive possession. We'll set their starting lineup for you in a moment. It starts with Jarrett Garantano at the controls, coming off a great game against Auburn last week. Play fake. Garantano down the middle, just off the fingertips of Marquez Callaway. So Jarrett Garantano, as we check the Chick-fil-A starting lineups, coming off a 21 out of 32 performance for a career-high 328 yards and a couple of touchdowns a week ago. The best he's looked. And the group around him looks like this. Ty Chandler's been Mr. Versatility. He had 5 catches a week ago, as well as being their leading ground gainer. Second down at 10 from the 25. Garantano fakes one way, bootlegs around and throws the other way, incomplete, intended for Chandler, and it'll be third down. Defensively for Alabama, they're good at just about every level and put that secondary sort of back together from scratch, and this guy is tied for the lead in the SEC with 3 interceptions, 2 of those a week ago. Xavier Smith.
Yeah, it's been all talk about Alabama's offense this year, and obviously rightly so.
Yeah.
And it's probably not a vintage Alabama defense, but much better than a lot of people are saying, and they're getting better every week.
Tennessee, third down and 10 on their opening possession. Alabama thinking about bringing a blitz in the middle. They back out of it. Garantano hit, trying to throw. The ball is loose. Christian Miller, I think, is on top of it.
It's hard to believe that Jared Garantano did not see this coming. Alabama was tipping it off all the way, and he never looked to his left. Safeties cheated way over. It had to be a tip on the play, and never had an idea that Xavier McKinney was coming on this backside. Never looked.
So that gives Alabama a first and goal at the 3 after the fumble recovery by Christian Miller. And they're knocking on the Tennessee door right here.
And the beat goes on. You can't even get the ball game into the second quarter against Alabama.
So first and goal.
And it's demoralizing when this happens to everybody.
Exactly.
I mean, your team, your coaches, the fans. I mean, it's just tough to take. They get this thing going like this.
You look behind Tua Tagovailoa and Josh Jacobs. Tua throws to the end zone, batted away, incomplete, intended for Henry Ruggs. And Bryce Thompson got a hand on it. The takeaways tied for third most, and the points off. That's what they do better than everybody.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, they were doing it without even giving it back to the offense when Mika Fitzpatrick and the boys were scoring off the turnovers. Now at least they've given them the 3.
They forced at least 1 turnover in 50 of the last 52 games. And that last one has them second down and goal for their offense. Irv Smith in motion, now settles in. Jacobs up the middle. Touchdown, Alabama. Now that's just too easy.
Well, you know who to follow? Why don't you follow an All-American lineman? That's what you do if you're running the ball. This time Jonah Williams pulled and makes the play. Watch it. Come around with your big tackle. gets a snap, follow the tackle, right into the second level, and you got a crease to the end zone.
Mac Jones to hold the extra point by Bulovas is good. And just like that, 4.5 minutes into the game, you've seen this movie before, haven't you? Alabama 14, Tennessee nothing. The opening minutes from Neyland Stadium. Jared Garantano set to take the field again after getting leveled and fumbling a couple of plays ago.
And he took a beating last week against Auburn, and Hunger, that's been one of his trademarks as a player. He's really gained respect from his team for taking a beating, but there's other ways to play without taking a beating and gaining respect. And I'll show you why sometimes it's your own fault. Because on that last one, there were keys that should have led him to believe that Alabama might bring someone.
Bulovas kick. Taken by Chandler at the 10. And Ty gets out to the 25, and they'll start there.
It's just simple math over here. If your quarterback is scan the field, you got two receivers and 1-2, and here's the guy, the third guy. Why is he cheated way over there? He's cheated over there because Xavier McKinney is going to blitz on the play. If he would have just looked over there, he would have had an idea that that guy might come in. Now, the line might have helped him on the play, but you would have been expecting it and not taking the sack and the fumble.
Tyler Bird in motion to the top of the screen on first down for Garantano. Keeps it on the ground, and there's a loss of about 5. This guy's been playing lights out football. Quinnen Williams on the preseason, or I should say the midseason All-American list for plays like this.
Yeah, it's against Auburn. Tennessee ran the ball 20 out of 26 first downs. They gained one play for 18 yards, another play for 17 yards, but on the other 18, they gained a total of 15 yards against Auburn. They did not stop running it. They can't. But boy, negative plays against Alabama come back to haunt you really bad.
Even a 1-yard pickup's good, according to Tyson Helton, the offensive coordinator, but 5-yard losses are not good. Empty backfield for Garantano. Pressure coming from the backside again. This time he feels it and gets a couple of the yards back and then hits the deck. Christian Miller and Isaiah Buggs bring him down. Little John going on.
Not a lot of help. Nobody open. Buggs is coming in from one side. Never want Buggs coming on from your left side. Come up in the pocket for another negative play.
And this is where you don't want to be. Third down is 16. Tim Jordan in the backfield with Garantano.
The same type of look.
They're going to bring it off the corner again. They'll keep it on the ground this time, though. They're just going to get what they can and punt this thing away.
Yes, Shaheem Carter that time was the extra player coming from off the slot, but it looks like Alabama has decided that the Tennessee offensive line and blitz pickup is not good enough. When they get them in passing situations, they're going to bring extra men and challenge them.
That's Jalen Waddle, and he is a dangerous return man. Got one punt return for a touchdown already this year. Joe Doyle to kick. Waddle is going to have to let this one bounce, and it takes a great bounce for Tennessee. Down inside the 25, around the 24-yard line.
And Jerry Jeudy came pretty close on that one, even blocking it.
Yeah. These two don't like each other that much. I'm not talking about those two. I'm talking about these two teams and their fans. The lead and the ball back. They've scored the first 2 times they've had it. One after a 9-play drive that covered 58 yards in 4 minutes. The other one was a 3-yard drive after a turnover that took 2 plays, and Josh Jacobs' 3-yard run. Najee Harris in the backfield now with Tua Tagovailoa. Play fake. Tua loads it. Goes deep for Waddle. Got him in stride. Waddle down the sideline. You can forget about it. Touchdown, Alabama.
Come on. How do you do this?
77 yards.
I mean, it's one thing to have a play dialed up and throw it as you're backing to your left, but putting it right on the money. Jalen Waddle is playing for DeVonta Smith. Watch him go across the field. He's not that wide open. He just delivers the ball right on him, right in stride. People don't do this kind of stuff.
So one play, 11 yards, 11 seconds, I should say, 77 yards. And a shocked Vol Nation right now. Tua Tagovailoa, 2 touchdown passes already. I think the tight end Henches said it best. He said, if you're not open, he can make you open.
Want more stats? Hey Siri, who leads college football in passing yards?
I don't want you to take this wrong, partner, but I like it when sometimes things leave you speechless, like that last pass.
Well, I've done this. Okay, now watch this. Shy Tuttle is going to put some pressure on him. He feels it, but he knows he's got to throw. That's not that wide open. He's like a yard open, 35 yards down the field. He splits the safeties, Nigel Worry, and when you throw strikes that far down the field, there's no defense safe.
How do you like this one? They've had the ball for 4 minutes and 21 seconds, and they have 21 points.
Yeah. And the scary part, this is just a normal game for Alabama this year.
And for the second time today, the wind here in Neyland Stadium takes the ball off the tee, so Bullivus will have to load it back up. This guy,
that's funny.
Something else. There's Jalen Hurts, who was only 2-time SEC Player of the Year.
I want to tell the listeners, we're in the commercial, and I'm telling Brad, if they don't have a highlight play here, let's talk about how Nick Saban is willing to change his offense for Tua. You can see why.
Absolutely. On the run at the 15, Chandler. The kick return gets it out across the 30-yard line. Well, this is just unprecedented as far as a passing offense for any Alabama team. I don't care if you're Joe Namath or Richard Todd or Bart Starr or Kenny Stabler or all the guys from yesterday, A.J. McCarron and McElroy and those guys. But look at what Tua has done so far. He's getting ready to shatter what Baker Mayfield did a year ago as far as quarterback rating, and what Danny Werfel did as far as percentage. Through 7 games, touchdown percentage off the charts. And it just keeps piling up.
And just remember, this team beat Auburn on the road last week.
Play action. Garantano batted back in his face by Anthony Jennings.
It's been a long time since Alabama's defense has been second-class citizens, okay? And I get the feeling they're not happy about it.
Right. They've been hearing all this stuff.
Yes, they want the spotlight back.
So we know all those guys that came before us playing in the NFL. We want to get there too, and they're getting better every week. Second down and 10 at the 31.
This is when you're calling plays for Tennessee, Tyson Helton. You're going, I don't see a lot of plays that are going to work right now.
Garantano hasn't completed a pass until now to Chandler out in the flats. And Chandler knocked out by Patrick Surtain, the freshman corner.
Well, we've seen what's happened on third down so far in the game. Nick Saban's defense has dialed up an extra man coming on both of the plays, and they pressured the quarterback.
Nick, who's perfect against his former assistant coaches at 14-0, trying to make Jeremy Pruitt victim number 15, and off to an unbelievable start here in the first half of the first quarter. Jennings in motion for the Vols on third down and 7. Garantano on a slant, and Jennings going to lose yardage and get mugged by 3 Tide defenders led by Xavier McKinney. And it's 3 and out again.
When you turn on the tape and watch number 92 Quinnen Williams play football, it's the quick plays he makes. Watch how quickly he recognizes the tunnel screen on this play. He's off, he's rushing the passer. Watch this. Now he realized, boom, he's turning around and he's going to make the tackle. If that tackle wasn't made, he would have made it.
So Doyle to punt again, second straight 3 and out for the Volunteers. Waddle couldn't handle the last one, had to let it go, but he's got the long touchdown already. And this one's blown dead.
We were in our production meeting yesterday.
Snap. Ball start. Number number 18. 5-yard penalty.
I think he should change the location of that mic, don't you think?
A little closer to his mouth would help.
Yes. We're in a production meeting, and one of the guys asked me, could Tua really win the Heisman with not playing in the fourth quarter? I go, yeah, I think he can.
You said that he wouldn't have to play in the fourth quarter until the LSU game.
That's right. That was my original prediction. Well, I should have bet it. What kind of odds could you get for that?
So we'll try the punt again. Waddle backpedals, takes it at the 20, gives some ground, trying to get ground. Flags are going to fly all over the place. Couple of blocks, illegal blocks from behind.
Yeah, that ball will be back to around the 7-8 yard line now, because it was. And if you're really doing offense at the level that Alabama's playing, you say, okay, that's the way to go. Bailey Buchanan, number 28, is the guy that got the block in the back, I think.
During the return, illegal block in the back on the return team. Half the distance. First down.
So they will back it up inside the 10.
Yeah, about the 7-8 yard line, I believe the ball will be spotted.
That just gives the offense for Alabama more room to work.
That's how you look at it when things are going well.
Tomorrow on CBS, don't miss the new drama that everyone's talking about, God Friended Me. Tomorrow after 60 minutes, only CBS. I think a lot of you probably heard the story about when Tua Tagovailoa was sacked in the national title game by Georgia, and it became 2nd down and 16, and coach said, you can't take that sack. At the end of the game, they eventually won, obviously. And he said, that's okay, coach. I just wanted more room to throw. And Nick said, that's not funny.
I really think it's the most famous pass in college football history. I really do.
Georgia fans aren't crazy about it, but it was a beauty.
Infamous.
First down from the 7. Najee Harris is the tailback. And he'll get the carry. And Najee plows his way out for about 8. And that gives Alabama some more room to work.
All right, avert your eyes, Georgia fans. The incredible part of this throw is how quickly he executed it, how far he threw it, and how high it went. It was a rocket. The ball only went up 25 yards, threw the ball nearly 50 yards. An incredible throw.
2nd down and 2. Quick throw out in the flats. It's complete to Jacobs, and he falls for what should be a first down, I think, unless his knee touched down. Bailey Buchanan was right there with him. And we got a flag down. Flag was late on the near sideline. I'm not sure what it was about, but we're about to find out.
Was it unnecessary roughness after the play, or hitting? I think it was Alontae Taylor, number 6, that got the late call on the play. He was being blocked, and I think he swung back at the end of the play.
After the play was over, personal foul, flagrant hit, number 6 on the defense. By rule, disqualified from the contest.
Wow, there goes their starting corner.
Oh my gosh. Now we've seen a few of these hits, okay? Now we've been told before an open hand hit is not a flagrant disqualified hit. Left hand side over here, let's see what happens. Can't quite see it in that one. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. It's right at the end of the. Oh, we came away just before. I don't know if he used the closed hand. I thought, Brad, we were there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we saw a couple of those.
And the measurement was that if you don't close your hand, you're not disqualified. Now all of a sudden, this one is. This is what, you know, the coaches have a tough time with.
He was talking about his freshman corner. Jeremy was with us yesterday, and he said because he's so green, even though he's very talented, he says like 50 first dates. Every day you just start all over. And he'll have to start all over next week now. Because he's been tossed out of this game. Tagovailoa on the slant. Complete. Jerry Jeudy. Oh, would have been a touchdown had he not held on to that jersey. Nigel Warrior brought him down, but another big game.
I don't know if there's a better receiver. It's been a while. I've seen a receiver who runs through a catch the way Judy does. He seems to accelerate as the ball's coming to him, almost as if he's being handed the ball off. Now, I'm not calling him that, okay? But I remember Jerry Rice used to do that. He used to catch the ball and accelerate as he caught it.
Najee Harris, tough run on the inside for about 4. Shy Tuttle brings him down.
Let's look the slant play. Now watch as he catches it. He seems to be speeding up as he catches the ball. Slant, go. He runs right through the catch. Hard to teach players. A lot of players stop running as they catch the ball and then they run again. He's able to catch it and accelerate at the same time.
It was a 31-yard pickup, by the way, for Judy, who's averaging an astonishing 27 plus per catch. This one won't be quite that long, but it's first down.
And Tennessee is all out of sorts that time. The receiver to the top of the field away from us wasn't covered. Tua reading this corner blitz to the bottom of the field. And Tennessee is just not completely out of sorts right now.
Now, you said in the open they should think about getting through the first quarter. I think they'd like this last 4 minutes to go. Trailing 21-0. First down. Tagovailoa wants to throw back the other way to the end zone. Knocked down, intended for Irv Smith. Nigel Warrior almost had an interception.
And Warrior read that one. He knew it was coming all the way. He's playing middle of the field safety, and that's what you have to do. A little pressure that time from Kirkland into his face, but you know, another hidden trait as he throws the ball with the Tennessee defender right at him is Tua has no conscience.
No.
Literally no conscience. He just will let it play. Not very many guys. We saw that throw, 2nd and 26 or whatever it was against Georgia. Most people be thinking pick up half of it. He goes for the touchdown.
Damian Harris in the backfield for the first time today. They fake it to him. They throw to Henches, who lost the handle. Don't think he ever caught that. Even though there's a struggle for the ball there, and incomplete.
You know, the funny thing about these RPOs, if you watch the tape, Damian Harris many times as he gets the fake and the ball here, he would have gained 10 or 12 yards with the handoff. That time read properly. The linebacker was taking Harris and the ball was delivered, then dropped.
So a 3rd down and 10. Fans try to cheer for something here to see if they can get a stop for their defense from the 18-yard line. That's Smith in motion to the slot. 4-man rush. Tagovailoa comes to a short man, Damian Harris. Harris trying to get to the sticks, and he did. Just got a foot inside, and it's first down, Alabama. There's a flag.
Yeah, I think Darrell Taylor was held that time coming around the corner to the outside.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 13, half the distance, first down.
Well, they don't need any help, but they just got some. That was Sean Schamberger, the safety you saw down on the sideline for Tennessee.
DeAndre Johnson, number 13, as he rushes, gets his hand up right in front of him, middle of the screen. Most guys that would push back Jonah Williams, but he didn't get pushed back at all. Must have a strong neck.
And with Schamberger being attended to, we'll take a break here. 3:52 remaining first quarter. Sponsored by State Farm, here to help life go right. Not much going right for Tennessee right now. Everything going right for Alabama. They're at the 3-yard line again with a 1st and goal following that penalty. They've scored every time they've had it so far. Damian Harris in the backfield with Tua Tagovailoa. Irv Smith again in motion, and it's Damian Harris blasting his way into the checkerboard. Touchdown, Alabama. Just like Josh Jacobs before him from 3 yards.
You know, one of the things that Damian Harris is going to be happy about someday when he's about 8 or 9 years into his NFL career is he didn't have a lot of carries at Alabama. They've been so good at running the ball that he hasn't taken a lot of hits. Again, Jonah Williams, number 73, just crushes down the left side of the line and makes a hole about 4 or 5 yards wide.
Kind of why he's an All-American, huh?
Yes, he is.
Bullivis extra point is good. 3 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A 93-yard drive in 9 plays. The capper, the senior Damian Harris from 3 yards out. It's 28-0. In every quarter, but the first quarter has certainly been something to behold for the Alabama offense this year. 3rd time already, 28 or more in the first quarter.
You know, as we watch this kickoff, I think I can top that graphic.
I can't wait to hear this. Ty Chandler from the 6. And he's done a lot of work just on kick returns out to the 27, maybe the 28.
Tell me if I top it or not. If you just took Alabama's first half point average,
right,
they're averaging 38 points in the first half. If they didn't score any points at all,
right,
discounted everything else, they'd be ranked 21st in the country, 1 spot ahead of Georgia, 1 spot behind Michigan, just taking their first half score.
Just the first half.
I topped it.
You did. That's a good one. There's 110 other teams out there going, oh, really? See if Jared Garantano in the offense for Tennessee can get something rolling here. A low snap. They're going to hand it off on a sweep to Chandler. And Ty Chandler, good run for 7, 8, maybe more by the time they finally bring him down.
When we spoke to Jeremy Pruitt yesterday, he said he was honest with his football team as you watch him run the ball again on first down. He said, they're a better football team than us right now. We're going to have to play a great football game, but we have to improve. We have to use this game against Alabama and get better. Forget the score, get better.
Still looking for a first down, and they're still going to be looking for it. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
2 weeks ago in their bye week, Jeremy Pruitt said we basically went and ran a spring football.
Yeah.
We just got ready with fundamentals. We went in pads every day. We actually lost a player because of that. And he said it's just what we had to do. And he said it paid off against Auburn. He knew today would be a challenge.
They saw it kind of improving, even, believe it or not, against Florida when they had 6 turnovers, but they didn't quit. They played a pretty good second half against Georgia, and then they put it all together after that bye week that you talked about. So they come in here 1-2 in conference play and taking on the #1 team in the country, and they're not going to get a first down there either.
Well, they had trouble with short yardage against Auburn. Auburn's defensive line is very similar to Alabama's in the way that they can control the line of scrimmage. You can see right there, if you don't get a hat on those linebackers, Dylan Moses is going to come up and make the play.
So another punting situation for the Vols.
And you know, if you're Alabama right now, you're thinking, I'm worried about Tua. Should we play him this week? You know, we got a bye week before LSU. What's going to happen now because of this score is they're going to be able to get him out of the game. He's going to get his stats, and he's going to move on to the LSU game.
High punt. Jalen Waddle asked to call for the fair catch right at the 20-yard line with a flag down.
Yeah, this is going to be a first down, isn't it?
Offside on the defense, number 35. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Not a happy Nick Saban because it is a first down.
I mean, Anthony Jennings is a veteran football player. To make a mistake like this, what was he low? There it was. Did you see the flinch? Just a flinch by the Tennessee player. It was not caught. And Nick Saban cannot blame his player. It was not caught by the official. An automatic first down for Tennessee.
It was 4th and 2, so with the 5-yard walk-off, the Volunteers offense can come back out to the 40. First down of the day for Tennessee, and it comes by penalty with 1:21 remaining in the first quarter.
I think it was Theo Jackson, number 26, that just flinched on that punt.
Backfield is emptied as Chandler goes out to the top of your screen. Garantano has time this time and goes deep on the sideline. Incomplete. It's intended for Josh Palmer. And Savion Smith was there in coverage along with McKinney. The Alabama secondary already has 4 pick-sixes on the season. They come in with 12 interceptions, 23 sacks, which is tops in the conference. So they lose all kinds of guys to the NFL, and then they have guys like you're looking at there. He's a freshman, Patrick Surtain. His daddy was a 3-time Pro Bowler in the NFL. Dolphins and the Chiefs. Second down and 10. And we're going to take a timeout here. We'll take it to 1:15 remaining. First quarter.
Right now, I'm being controlled by a guy named Todd. Wrong button, buddy.
Got it.
You see, Todd here won this exclusive Platinum Xbox One X from Taco Bell. He's a little distracted right now.
Throw it.
Oh, boy. Todd! Put down the chalupa! Todd!
Grab the $5 double chalupa box for a chance to win the Platinum Xbox One X, only at Taco Bell.
Todd!
So back late in the first quarter. Tennessee back out there at the 40-yard line.
Second and long. Something that LSU was very effective last week against Georgia was getting 4 or 5 yards on second down to keep it third and medium.
Play action and the throw's complete. Jennings first down. Best play of the day by the offense. Gets it into Alabama territory at 40.
I really believe that Juwan Jennings could be the pressure point for this Tennessee offense going forward in the second half of the season. He's a big target. He's highly competitive. He catches the contested ball, and he gives his teammates a lot of juice.
First down for Garantano. Gives it off, and a loss of a couple. Tim Jordan dropped by Dylan Moses again. Too many negative plays on the ground, especially for Tennessee.
Yeah, and one of the plays, I tell you, we talked about early, and this was a rush blitz from begin with. They sent Dylan Moses that time. One of the early games that we did against Alabama, I thought an area that Alabama's defense was vulnerable was inside linebacker. But, you know, Tennessee's gotten better. So has Alabama gotten better.
Second and 12 for Garantano. Has good protection this time. He overthrows Tim Jordan, who was open. May not have gotten much had he caught it, but a misfire there by Garantano. That's third down.
Watch what the little things you can do as a defensive end to help your team. If a back is going to cross your face, help him out. LeBron Ray will take on the back. That really blows up the play before it gets started. That's the little things, those little fundamentals you can do to make the defense work as a team.
LeBron Ray playing because Roquan Davis is out this first half of this game. Disciplinary reasons. You'll see action in the second half, and that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. A quarter controlled by Alabama.
Another one of those jostles after the whistle. I really thought it was a tough call throwing out a player for Tennessee. I have to be honest. That was, both players were shoving each other, and then Taylor takes a swing and he's out of the game. I mean, 15 yards is enough, it seems to me.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 15 and number 21. Those penalties will cancel.
Whoa.
Fourth down.
I mean, that's basically what happened to Taylor on the play right there.
Yep.
They're jostling, and then you swing at the guy to get him off you, and you know, boys will be boys sometimes. It is big-time football. I don't mind throwing the 15 yards, but disqualifying a player, it's got to be more than that.
And the first quarter comes to a close, and it was owned by the #1 team in the country. They're #1 for a reason. 28-0. Bama. The end of the first will return to Knoxville after this message and a word from your local station. Stadium in Knoxville, just about set to start the second quarter. All Alabama so far, 28-0 over the Volunteers of Tennessee. Sure, the tailgating at the Ball Navy out there in the Tennessee River was fun for them this morning. First quarter, not so much. As the punt takes fair catch around the 10-yard line. Brad Nessler, Gary Daniels, and Jamie's down on the field. We can start talking about Alabama's schedule. A lot of people think that it's weak. Huh?
Well, a little bit. It's been a talking point everywhere. You know, even recently, Chris Peterson said if we had Alabama's schedule, we'd be undefeated. Well, if Alabama played Washington's schedule, they'd be undefeated too.
Yes, they would.
It's going to take a special team to beat this team. You know, there's a few people that can get them, but you better bring talent, intensity, and you can't make any mistakes because they can score from anywhere on the field, and they got defensive stars, offensive stars. They're a well put together team. So, yeah, their schedule so far is not, you know, the top of the food chain, but it'd take a special team to beat it.
Well, they're going to see LSU in a couple of weeks. In the Bayou, that'll be a big-time football game. Najee Harris got about 3 on the carry. So Josh Jacobs started the game in the backfield. Najee Harris has come in. Damian Harris had a 3-yard touchdown the last time they had possession of the football. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns so far. Josh Jacobs is out as a receiver to the top of your screen. Hale Hench is the tight end. That's Jacobs in motion. Tagovailoa wants to throw a screen to Najee Harris. He put the brakes on, and Tennessee
nice
puts the brakes on him. Well, he's not done yet, maybe.
I think they're going to call him down. I don't know if his knee was down. Yeah, they're going to. The whistle went, I believe, but you're right. We talked about it in the open that you got to look for the little things if you're Tennessee, the things that you're doing better. Right now, you want to survive this game, stay healthy, and work towards being able to beat South Carolina, Kentucky, Vanderbilt. That's who you're looking at, Missouri. The play was set up. A great defeat the block and make the tackle. Big time play. Making those open field tackles, and Kirkland takes a play that could have gone 20, 30 yards and makes it a no game.
You're right, the whistle blew, but he never got him down.
No, he did not.
And brings up 3rd and 7. Can they get a stop on a 3 and out? Yes, they got a 3 and out. Yep. Waddle incomplete. So finally a possession for Alabama that doesn't end in the end zone.
And you got to give that one to Kirkland making that tackle on the screen because he had it. And you know, that's a little bit of the miscommunication right there. Remember, Waddle's in that spot, has not played that spot a lot, and Tua thought he was going to continue into the next hole, and Waddle slowed down on the play.
New punter, Mike Bernier to kick. Skylar DeLong's had a little bit of a confidence problem at punter, so a change there. And a fair catch taken back around the 48-yard line. It's a good field position for the Tennessee offense. With 13:20 remaining in the first half. See if the Vols can get something rolling on offense when we come back.
Bernier came in for that punt instead of Skylar DeLong. You mentioned Nick Saban made the change. Now, it was emotional for Bernier to come in for that. That was a 41-yard punt. You would have thought he booted it out of the end zone the way his teammates greeted him, and it's for a special reason. Bernier is from Madison, Alabama. He took his collegiate career to Eastern Illinois first, but his mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. He transferred back, sat out last year to be around his family and provide that support system. Unfortunately, his mother lost that battle recently, and he gets in today. Brad, you have to imagine that was emotional, but his teammates were here to pick him up after that one.
Oh, man. Get choked up just thinking about it, especially during breast cancer awareness month.
I can tell you the way Alabama's been punting, that 41-yarder, they'll take that the rest of the year, every punt.
You're not kidding.
No return, 41 yards, I'll take it.
See if Tennessee can take it into Alabama territory. They started their own 48 with a first down. Garantano on the give, and he's going to lead the way in the blocking. Chandler. And maybe a horse collar at the end by McKinney. Nope, no flag. And now they come in.
I wonder if it was Chance Hall, number 76, with a late hit again after the whistle.
Nice cutback.
Totally.
By Chandler.
And you see Garantano out front, just slows up McKinney, but way late in the middle of the field there was a altercation. It looks like it was on Tennessee, and you're right, that should have been a horse collar. The Nate plate is part of it.
Over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 76.
Yep.
That's a 15-yard penalty. It will still be second down.
Saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I didn't know if they'd call it. It looked like the Alabama player embellished it just a bit, but when you give the official an opportunity to call it, he may call it.
Probably should have been a flag on the other direction as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Tennessee fan right now, you're going, wait a second. Roquan Davis doesn't get thrown out of the game for throwing 3 punches. None of them vicious. I get it. Okay. He's back after halftime. Alabama's holding him out just because they want to. He doesn't have to. He could be playing if he wanted to. Right. And then your guy gets thrown out. You get no horse collar. Of course, the score is 28-0.
Garantano down the middle of Jennings. And he's got it back in Alabama territory, 47.
Look at the middle of the field, right around the marking of the tee, right in this area here. You can see the late hit. Oh, was that it? I hope that wasn't it. No, there it is. Real late like that. Just a shove, and you know, I yell at my grandkids for doing that.
14 of them.
Yes.
Third down at 5. Jennings in motion. Garantano in trouble and goes down. Isaiah Buggs came unimpeded, I think. I don't know if anybody touched him, but he got the sack. And just like that, Tennessee goes from good field position.
He should have been touched, but he wasn't. You got, you know, I'll take him, you got him type of a block. And he splits the offensive line, and that's bad news for a quarterback. When your offensive lineman can't handle the guy right in front of him and you turn him loose, there's no offense in the world that'll work.
Isaiah leads the SEC in sacks, just added to it. Doyle's been a busy punter. Waddle waits on the other end. Kick off the side of his foot.
Yeah, that might not even make a first down.
It might not.
It's going to be right around the 40-yard line, I believe. He's going to keep walking. Keep walking.
That's not good. Didn't get to the first down
about
marker.
The 40-yard line.
You're close. You're within a yard, partner. 11:29 remaining first half. Alabama's got it back.
Tuesday, 9/8 Central. Catch it.
28-0. Alabama in front here in the second quarter. And now do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot.
Remember when we took our SAT test, there was a time limit. Remember those things? Well, if they give you all day to answer the questions, you can pretty much get it right. And Tua has had all day to figure out who to get the ball right to. The touchdown pass, we thought it was around 7 seconds. I think it was 6.7 something. Yeah, 6.5 seconds. Now, he bought some of that time himself, but that offensive line has kept him clean and able to pick his thing. The smartest thing, we're all smart when we have all day to figure things out.
And you don't want to give this guy all day. 170 and 2 touchdowns on 9 completions. And still in there. Will he stay in there very much longer? That's what we'll wait and see, I guess. From the 40, Damian Harris taking it wide, tripped up. Would have been a bigger gain, but lost his footing over there after a gain of 3 and a flag down.
Offense, number 82. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
They call a holding on Irv Smith. So that puts Alabama behind the sticks a little bit, which isn't something that happens that often either. The only problem now for Tennessee is that means
probably
going to throw.
Yes. And here's how you really frustrate defenses in modern football. You split your tight end way wide. It distorts you. You have to think about where everybody is on the field. It's modern football.
Ruggs and Judy, the 2 wideouts. Damian Harris gets the call. Brought down after a pickup of 4. Theo Jackson, the safety, made the hit.
Been seeing it for about the last 5, 6, 7 years. Fullbacks line up wide, tight ends line up everywhere on the formation. It stresses the calls on the defense, makes you tip off whether you're in man or zone defense. Just everything, the advantage of the offense, the way these offenses now stress these teams with the RPOs and different formations.
The run pass option into a Tagovailoa is an expert at it. This time it's a straight drop for him. Fires wide open and he missed Judy. Jerry Judy back there with about 3 guys in coverage but nowhere near him.
Well, Damian did a good job of picking up the corner cat to the short side of the formation. Judy is open. I thought he had the ball. He stopped running, thought he was going to high point it, but misjudged it just a bit and had no chance.
Tua's been a little bit high today on about 3 of his throws, including that one. Third down conversions have not been a big problem for Alabama. 8+, 48%. This is 16 though. Tagovailoa reloads, scrambling around. And he finally throws. I don't know how he got that ball off and almost caught.
I'll tell you, if you're Alabama right now, you're the staff, you're going, we do not want to get you hurt. But he buys time. He's got that big knee brace on his right leg. It's third and very long. He rotates, he retreats, he spins, and then he lets her fly.
And then he got whacked in the back.
Yes. That's Dan Enos, quarterback coach, passing coordinator.
So Bernier, the second punt.
Same looking punt.
Callaway will take it with no return at the 25-yard line. Another good kick. 10-12 remaining in the first half. Tua Tagovailoa and Alabama leading 28-0. Tomorrow on 60 Minutes, have you or a family member ever helped in solving a crime without even knowing it? Plus hunting with golden eagles only on 60 Minutes tomorrow. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl, and 102,000 of our closest friends here in Knoxville. Let's test your knowledge right now with today's Aflac trivia question. Who are the 3 Alabama quarterbacks to be selected in the first round of the NFL draft? I know one for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. That guy's going to think it over too.
Yeah.
He's either out way late last night or he's seen the first half of this game. We'll get to.
Well, you're talking about an offense right at this point in the game has got 20 total yards.
Jared Garantano all by his lonesome in the backfield again for Tennessee. Here comes the Alabama blitz. Down goes Garantano.
Well, that's been the story of the game so far. Shaheem Carter, number 5, blitzed him, and Jared Garantano has been taking hits like this all year. Against Auburn, he paid the price, and today he's paying the price because the game plan has been, let's bring extra guys and hit number 2.
Quinnen Williams finished that thing off, number 92, who we talked about earlier.
Defense, number 14. That's a 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. First down.
Well, that negates the sack and a first down.
Well, he was sacked so fast, it had to be a quick hold.
I was going to say, man.
I don't know. I mean, the ball wasn't thrown, so, I mean, they had no chance to throw the ball, and Deontay Thompson was very upset, as you can see. Now, they missed a couple on Alabama, but I didn't see that one.
And Nick Saban's talking to the official, still talking to him on the sideline. So first down by penalty for the second time today for Tennessee. Most of their yardage has come by penalty. And there's a loss on that one. LeBron Ray with a tackle.
Here he is right over here to the left side of the screen. Let's see what happens.
Working against Jennings. Yeah, he pretty much tackled Jawan, but
yeah, but the quarterback wasn't in any position to throw the ball on that play, and at that point, you don't know if Deontay was playing run or pass because the quarterback was coming out of the pocket. Oh, well, close enough, right?
Yep. But a loss on their first snap, so it's second down and 11. Tim Jordan back in the backfield for Tennessee.
Brian Ray, number 89, is getting an opportunity to play a little bit more in this game. He's taking advantage of it.
As he ever. Garantano hit as he throws, lofts it out. Jennings. Nope, it's not Jennings, it's Palmer. And he made the catch.
I'll tell you, you know who else got a catch? It was number 30, Mac Wilson, bearing in on Garantano on the play. He knew he was going to get hit. I'm telling you, this guy's one of the most courageous quarterbacks you're going to find anywhere. 50-50 ball. Palmer goes up, grabs it, and stays with it. Good 50-50 catch. But if you look at the quarterback, make the catch, but the quarterback caught a helmet right in the chest.
And Palmer takes Savion Smith's arm with him. There's the hit by Wilson.
My goodness. Mack Wilson was coming all out on that play, and no one touched him.
And Palmer's down as well after making that catch. And Keller Christ is getting ready to come into the lineup for the Volunteers.
These people, they speak a language we cannot understand.
Deductible?
Definitely speaking insurance.
Additional interest on umbrella policy?
Can you translate?
Damage minimization of civil commotion.
When insurance needs translating, get answers in plain English at progressiveanswers.com.
He wants you to sign Karen's birthday card. It's a high honor.
I'm a college football fan. One of my game day rituals is to stand the entire game. I'm too nervous to sit. We had a big event for the game, catered by Chick-fil-A.
Trays and nuggets for the win.
Because we won the game, the very next week we called Pam and did it again.
I saw how important it was to Harris. What could I do to add that personal touch?
She busts out Auburn plates, orange cups, blue cups. The place went crazy. She is my good luck charm for big football games.
War Eagle!
Make Chick-fil-A your game day ritual with the Chick-fil-A app. Earn points, redeem rewards.
Adam Zucker in New York coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. Rick, BJ, and I get you caught up on today's action, including Michigan making it 7 wins in a row. Ben Mason, their short yardage weapon, a 21-7 win in East Lansing. They get Paul Bunyan's trophy and their first road win against the ranked team since 2006. Back to Knoxville.
All right, Adam, thanks. 8:52 remaining. Keller Christ warming up because of a 30-yard completion, but the hit on Garantano right here.
Yeah, it was his face mask. He was not the crown of his helmet. I think this is a good no call for targeting. Hit him right above the 2. It is interesting, though, Brad, that college quarterbacks are taking more of a hit than NFL quarterbacks now nowadays. In the NFL, they would not allow that hit, but they are allowing it in college.
Keller Christ, a grad transfer from Stanford. He's seen a lot of action, so he's a veteran for sure. Garantano coming out of the tent. Josh Palmer went in the tent as well. The two guys that hooked up on that 30-yard pass that's got them where they are right now at the 36-yard line.
Nothing there. No movement at all.
And Quentin Williams getting off the running back. There's story on Keller. His dad's a longtime coach. His uncle's the head coach at Wisconsin.
He doesn't like us at all. We had him in the Sun Bowl. And
he got hurt.
He blew his knee out.
He's wearing a pretty big brace on that knee, as a matter of fact. Garantano's got his helmet back on and standing next to his head coach, so he's apparently ready to come back in. Trip receivers to the left side of Chris. Now 4 guys over there. He looks that way and lofts it and caught by Chandler. Nice catch.
That is a great matchup, and give Tyson Helton credit for calling this play and Kyler Chris credit for delivering it. You've got a matchup of Chandler on Mack Wilson, a linebacker, and Chandler against Auburn showed how well he can do in space, and he just did another great job of adjusting to that ball and making that sideline throw a completion.
And it's 1st and goal for Tennessee for the first time today. Jawan Jennings was in the backfield, now heads to the top of the screen in motion. Just inside the 10, they're going to have to earn all of this if they get a touchdown. Chris, quick throw, Chandler, touchdown Tennessee. Just like that, 3 pass plays. Garantano to Palmer, Chris to Chandler, and Chris to Chandler again for the score.
Well, you remember what Jeremy Pruitt told us about he saw the change in his team against Florida when they were down big. Well, they do it again. This time, Kyler Chris delivers the ball, a nice kind of rub play to the outside. Eli Wolf, number 80, did a great job of clearing the way for the touchdown pass to the outside.
You saw it, our Chick-fil-A pylon cam. Easy walk in after the score that caps a 65-yard march in 4 plays. And that guy with a couple of nice passes. One that got him close, one that got him in the end zone. 28-7 Alabama. They finally have reason to sing Rocky Top. First touchdown of the day for the Volunteers. Keller Chris 2 for 2. Both to Chandler.
Yeah, but that guy took the hit and made the throw to start this thing.
30-yard pass to Palmer when he took the big shot, and then Chris comes in, and that's 3 touchdowns receiving for Ty Chandler on the season.
And it's one of the things we showed in the open where the players are starting to emerge for Tennessee. Ty Chandler is one of those guys. He's really good in space. And Tyson Helton, the offensive coordinator for Tennessee, is scheming ways to get him the ball into space, and he did a great job there.
He becomes the first player in Tennessee history at the running back position to have touchdowns in 3 straight games, and now onside kick, but they coughed it up.
You can't advance the ball. The question is, did it go 10 yards? Banks waited for it to go 10 yards. You see him looking at the line. Now let's see if he did it well. Does it? Oh, it hit Banks first. It did.
Illegal touching by the kicking team. The ball was touched by the kicking team before it went 10 yards. The ball will be placed at that spot. First down, Alabama.
The second look you saw it. The ball hit him right there, and he knew it, and he grabbed it. This is the second time Jeremy Pruitt has dealt up the onside kick, and it didn't work either time. Looked good from up here on the first look.
It did.
But on the third look, you could see it hit his chest.
So now Alabama's got it at the 43 of the Volunteers.
Just a note on this Tennessee defense after watching the offense. For the first time this year, Tua has gone back-to-back 3-and-outs. So back-to-back 3-and-outs for Tennessee, down 28-0, and then they score a touchdown. The team continues to play for Jeremy Pruitt.
Not sure what's under review because they already called it.
I think Jeremy Pruitt, is he challenging the call?
I don't think he should have hit him right in the rear end on takeoff. Watch this angle. Yeah, hit him in the
right
shoulder.
in the chest.
Yep.
Yeah, right just below, on his left side of his chest, right before the number.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down, Alabama. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to
attempt
7:21. 7:21, please.
But it certainly gives this guy an opportunity.
Well, remember, the last series started with a holding penalty, and it never got right for Alabama again. They got behind the chains.
Remember, they scored the first 4 times they had it and haven't since. And now they work at the Tennessee 43. Josh Jacobs with Tua Tagovailoa in the backfield for the Tide. And they'll give it to Josh. And he made something out of nothing there. Run out of bounds on the far sideline, but a good gain on the play. Jacobs had 52 yards on the ground a week ago in the win over Missouri. He's had a good first half here today. 38 and a touchdown on 6 carries. Eric Garantano is heading to the locker room. Second down at 5. Jacobs again bursts off the left side for a first down inside the 30 at the 28.
Josh Jacobs on the carry.
Let's check in with Jamie.
Well, it's fun to watch this guy's courage, but it's not fun to watch him take those hits. Jarrett Garantano finally went to the locker room, but to be honest, it took some convincing. He was in a lot of pain, but he wanted to hang on to his helmet, mostly in that collarbone area. Trainers kept reaching up under his pads. They finally took him back. I'll update you when I know more.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy. 6.5 to go in the half. That was a long RPO and a gift to Jacobs, who got a yard, maybe.
I thought Corte Sapp, number 14, again, he's playing. Bituli's out of the game. It's he and Kirkland are playing inside. This time he got in the middle of this kind of mush and just hung in there and got on the backside to make the shoestring tackle.
We mentioned earlier Daniel Bituli, who's their leading tackler, the middle linebacker, not playing in the first half because of a targeting foul in the game last week in the win over Auburn. 2nd and 9. Tagovailoa fires near side, complete, wide open is Ruggs. Ruggs has a first down to 15.
And just so easy. That was as open as you could get. Slight motion to the outside so the quarterback can look to see if it's man or zone. He reads the defense, and just a long pitch and catch. Had him open by 10 yards.
Yeah. And they got it just inside the 15-yard line. Jacobs, they put him out as a wide receiver again and bring Najee Harris in the backfield. Hale Hentges, the tight end, on the left side. Play fake, lofting it for Jacobs. Couldn't quite get to it.
How good is that? Tua saw the defender run underneath the route, so he just kind of tossed it up. I think it was Nigel Warrior, number 18. So he says, all right, I'll just put a little touch on this one, and just not quite handled by Jacobs. So pretty.
And there's Judy saying, I got it, I got it.
I could have had it.
Yep. So 2nd down and 10. Jacobs off the right side, heading to the corner. He's collared at about the 2. It'll be 1st and goal. Theo Jackson brought him down.
Well, Deontay Brown is playing for Lester Cotton at left guard, and that time he pulled across the line. Watch number 65 get the kick out on Sapp.
They go hurry up here. Tagovailoa under center. Jacobs has one today. Not this time. Brought down the line of scrimmage by Nigel Warrior. It'll be 2nd and goal. Put it down right at the 2. Two tight end set. And look from above.
You know, compared to past Alabama teams, you have no idea what they're going to run nowadays. This could go anywhere, any direction.
Tagovailoa in the shotgun with Jacobs there to his left. Irv Smith in motion. Josh Jacobs straight up the middle, his 2nd touchdown of the day. First one from 3, this one from 2.
That time Alex Leatherwood, number 70, helped on the center and then filled in on the linebacker. Watch when you do it right, how nice it is, number 70. Help, and then fill, and then follow.
Josh came in leading the team in rushing touchdowns with 6, and he's added 2 more today. Bulovas point after. Is up and good with 4 minutes 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Remember, after the onside kick, they had great field position. Didn't have to go very far. 43 yards and 8 plays for another touchdown.
I'm the play-by-play announcer.
To 7. Alabama with 4:23 remaining in the first half. Trying to go to a perfect 8-0 and stay number 1 in the country. And they've done a masterful job again offensively in this first half. Ty Chandler camps out of this kick return at the 4. A little hesitation. And then doesn't make it to the 20-yard line. It's going to be at about the 18. A little bit earlier, we were testing your knowledge with our Aflac trivia question, which was, who are the 3 Alabama quarterbacks to be selected in the first round of the NFL draft. I think everybody got Joe Namath right. Richard Todd and Harry Gilmer. Harry back in the 40s. He's still got one of the remaining marks that Jalen Hurts doesn't have as far as rushing for an Alabama quarterback. There's Harry. There's Joe. And here comes Richard, taken number 6 overall by the Jets.
Running that wishbone back in the days when I played, doing the same thing.
I had to text him last night and say, hey, you're going to be part of our trivia question. I said, you'll love the footage.
Well, I think a lot of people would have thought about Bart Starr, right?
Yeah, and he was like 17th round or something like that. And Snake, Kenny Stabler.
Most people would have said Kenny Stabler. He went in what, second round?
Yeah.
Pretty good quarterback lore, though.
Yeah, for sure. This guy is going to be right up there when they talk about the all-time greats.
Yep.
And the season he's having.
If I had done my job at Purdue, Purdue could have, you know, I got Breeze, Greasy, Phipps. Shoot.
Hey, you had over 200 yards rushing and a half. You still have the halftime record for a quarterback rushing.
Halftime records. Those are really good, those halftime records. Listen, if Tennessee wants to stay in the game, this is basically, I think, their last chance. They've got the ball here. That's why that onside kick was so devastating for Jeremy Pruitt. He rolled the dice because they get the ball to start the second half. They could have kind of closed out this half. They had the Alabama offense kind of on the run a bit, but now they've got to produce here or it's going to get out a little bit more ugly.
Kelly Chris stays in at quarterback with Garantano in the locker room. Kelly throws incomplete, intended for Jennings, too far out in front of him. And Chris has to pick himself up after Quinnen Williams hit him. Quinnen Williams is a hard guy to keep off the quarterback and the running backs, for that matter.
It was one of those guys when people were talking about the Alabama front and all the players they've lost is who's going to be the guy this year? And it turned out to be Quinnen Williams. We asked Coach Saban about that last night. Was he a highly recruited guy? He goes, no, 3 stars. Yeah. Not a lot of people wanted him, but we knew right away, once we got him, that he was going to be a contributor.
Tosh Lapointe, the defensive coordinator, when we talked to him earlier this year, says he doesn't look all that great in a uniform, but he can really play. And yeah, he can play. Chris, look out. Got rid of it just in time, and a nice catch by Jennings.
Beautiful. That's really the offense that Tennessee was going to go to if they could get the man-to-man coverage to the outside. And again, Juwan Jennings just a tough cover out there. He's probably, what, 4'7", 5'40"?
I was going to say, they admit their wide receivers are not fast, but they're pretty physical and strong.
Yes, he's almost like H-back size. I bet he's pretty close, you know, 230, something like that, 6'3". It's just a tough cover to the outside.
Picked up 23 on a 3rd and 12, so they've got it at the 40. Still time to work with and a couple of timeouts. Here's a flea flicker. Chris loads, goes deep middle, got Jennings again. On the run, Juwan Jennings. Alabama stays with him. He's still fighting.
Oh, he dropped the ball right at the end of it.
Alabama says they had it. We'll see if the officials agree.
That's Jennings. Everything about Jennings. He just competes and competes and competes. Did he make a mistake at the end of it, though?
I'm trying to unpile everybody.
I'll tell you, if there's a fight for the ball, I'll take Jennings to get it back, to tell you the truth.
You said you wanted Jennings on your side and Rashad Lawrence from LSU if you had to go to battle. I think you won the battle there.
Yes, he did. He ran right by Xavier McKinney, but it was Deontay Thompson that popped the ball loose. And in this fight, it's 1 against 4, but number 15 for Tennessee is just too strong. How did he pull that ball back?
I don't know.
How did he do that?
At the 20-yard line.
Look at that. 1 orange jersey and the rest of them white, and he got that ball back.
And they got a chance. It's a 40-yard pickup. Chris, deep drop, deep throw, end zone, just missed him. Jennings had a step back there.
Kind of ran out of space this time. Coming right at you. Ball has to go a little bit earlier. Jennings gets turned around and never had a chance for it.
So 2nd down from the 20. Just inside the 20.
Ty Helton pulling out all the stops here, isn't he?
Yes. Chris 4 out of 6 with a touchdown throw to Chandler. Jordan in the backfield right now, not Chandler. Christ goes down the middle and the touchdown. Tyler Bird. And a flag down. A 20-yard scoring strike, second for Chris today.
What a story. Tyler Bird, who started out the year as a defensive back.
Rolling on the field is a touchdown. Personal foul, targeting number 14.
Deontay Thompson called for the targeting.
Now remember, Tyler Bird a year ago was on offense. This spring in early fall, he was a defensive back. They moved him back to offense, and this time he starts out wide. Perfect throw down the middle, and right at the end of the play, Thompson leads with his head. Oh, man, what do you do there? You're trying to go low, and Tyler Bird goes low, too.
Right, Bird ducks his head.
He's trying to lead with his shoulder. This is why this is just wrong. I don't know what you're supposed to do. If the offensive player lowers his head, he's trying to hit him with his shoulder. And it's out of your hands. I mean, the replay official, it's his judgment of what he wants to do.
And that's Steve Landis, who was in the booth with us before the game, the replay official, that is.
Remember, he's getting help from Birmingham.
Right.
It's a collaborative event. They're deciding whether this is it. But again, this has been, I've been talking about this for 5 years.
14. He remains in the game. It is a touchdown for Tennessee.
It's a great no call right there. Again, stop the game. Make sure it wasn't targeting, but that one did not fall under targeting. But how about that drive for Tennessee to keep this relatively a ball game, and they get the ball back to start the second half.
Exactly.
But
what if they could force a 3 and out?
Tua gets the ball too.
Samaglia's extra point is right down the middle. Tennessee, 2 touchdowns in their last 2 drives. Keller Christ with 2 touchdown passes. 81-yard march. A march Gary said they had to have, and they got it for the touchdown. 35-14.
Go. Take off to the big city. Find fortune. Romance. Find freedom just one touch away. Because the sky has no limit.
Keller Christ having a great 10 minutes. There's his offensive coordinator giving him a fist bump there. Don't forget, Geico halftime reports coming up. Adam and the guys in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And Smokey 10 says this thing's getting interesting.
And Helton is on the sideline. That's just started doing it in his second game, and he feels that he's getting more out of his quarterback by being down there and helping both the receivers and the quarterback.
Brooks, high pop-up kick, and that's a free ball right now. There's no fair catch call.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Jacobs got it to the 15 on a 1 hop.
You want to see a well-designed play. 2 safeties. That's what you look. 2 safeties high. So here's the pattern. Run out, run in, and then you hold the linebacker with the back. Run out, hold the linebacker. There's the hole right there. Beautifully designed play, delivered right on the money.
Perfect in-stride throw by Christ. Never even had to slow down at all.
Well, you called it. Can they get a stop? I'll tell you what, it's still a ball game, isn't it? The Tennessee fans are willing to hang with this team, and they should.
Worst starting field position, not the worst, but second worst so far in the game. Tua Tagovailoa on the slant, knocked down, incomplete, intended for Judy. Nice play defensively by Tennessee. Balin Buchanan.
It's an RPO. You're reading. Linebacker comes up right over here. Warrior. You throw behind him, but Buchanan playing aggressively, playing the RPO. when we talked to Jeremy Pruitt, he says, listen, Tua throws more of these RPOs than anybody he's seen. You have to play aggressively, especially the slot player right here.
2nd down and 10. Handoff Damian Harris. Harris broke 1 tackle, stood up, and takes another with him for about a 5-yard gain. And it does bring up 3rd down with 2 minutes remaining in the half.
Same look from the Tennessee defense. On 2nd down, they blitz their corner and slant to the wide side of the field. That time Alabama blocked it pretty effectively.
Tell you what, this play's going to go nuts if they stop them on 3rd and 5.
Who would have predicted that Tennessee could force 3 3-and-outs in the first half of this game, and Alabama still has 35 points.
Tagovailoa will move Jerry Jeudy in motion.
Corner blitz.
Tagovailoa has time. Now he's going to run with it. They don't want him doing this, but he did get a 1st down. Remember, he tweaked that knee doing the very same thing last week against Missouri. Yeah, he's okay.
That time Damian Harris gets the block on the corner blitz. That's what opens it up for the 1st down run.
Got it to the 26-yard line to pick up the 1st down. Straight drop this time. Tagovailoa down the middle and in stride. Jalen Waddle again.
I'll tell you, the late Kenny Stabler would be proud of this throw, wouldn't he? Move up in the pocket, load with that left hand, wait for the crossing route, and deliver it.
Pickup of 22 out to the 48-yard line. Tagovailoa looking for more out in the flat. Irv Smith, and that's just going to be maybe a yard gain. Forte Sapp was over there with him.
This is where you have to be very careful of your Tennessee. Remember, we talked about Tua having no conscience with the way he throws the deep ball. In this situation, Tennessee's playing the 1st down marker. You get one of those stutters and goes, and it's gone.
3 receivers out to Tua's left side, including Smith, who's in motion. Blitz coming. Tagovailoa down the middle. Again, it's Jeudy with the catch on the 1st down.
He dropped the snap, had to refocus. That's the first time, Brad, you and I really saw Tua play against Vanderbilt when he spun off of a sack, refocused down the middle, and threw a touchdown. You got it.
1st down at the 37 with 30 seconds to go in the half. Tennessee looking for a stop here. Tagovailoa throws to the sideline. Short gain. Smith out of bounds.
Yeah, I was a little surprised Alabama didn't use a timeout there. They have all 3. And remember, every 1st down throw, the ball is stopped. A lot of patience from Nick Saban on this drive, because that cost them about 10 seconds.
Again, they've got 3 wide receivers up to the top of your screen. 26 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 7. Tagovailoa looks to the right, now back to the middle, and caught by Smith. What a grab.
What a play. Now, do you take a timeout if you're Alabama, or do you go out and they're going to take a timeout? We talked about Irv Smith. Daddy be proud of this one, right?
You're not kidding. 25-yard pitch and catch. A very tough catch. Alabama timeout. They're looking for more, leading 35-14.
How do you show up? Do you just bring it? Or do you bring it all?
Focus.
3rd row like a pro. Current non-GM owners and lessees switch to GMC and get nearly $7,000 total value on this 2019 GMC Acadia SLT2 when you finance through GM Financial. We are professional grade. GMC.
Alabama at the 9-yard line of Tennessee. You see what they've done in the red zone today. Perfect. All touchdowns. Tua Tagovailoa, his completion percentage has not been what it normally is, but of his 15 completions, 247 yards and 2 touchdowns so far. Smith, who made that grab again in motion. Tagovailoa throws to the end zone. Touchdown again. Same guy, Irv Smith, for the score for Alabama. How about that drive?
Timeout? Timeouts? Please, who needs timeouts? Drop back and throw the ball. Smith goes in motion. Just an easy out to the outside. Nobody covers it.
And from our Chick-fil-A pylon cam, you see Irv just kind of cruising in for the touchdown. His 5th touchdown reception of the year.
That's what I said. They gave him 218.
That was 218 too much. And with 15 seconds to go in the half, the extra point good.
I mean, basically, if you're Tennessee, you're playing against a professional quarterback. I mean, in any other sport, you know, the Wayne Gretzky's, the Bobby Orrs, the John McEnroes, they're already turning pro. This guy's going to play this year. He's eligible to play next year, too.
So most touchdown passes before an interception. He keeps climbing the ladder. Passing Marcus Mariota today. Marcus still has another season in there of 25 and 13 before he threw a pick.
Jeez.
Just remarkable.
It is remarkable.
Now,
and how good is he? Nick Saban changed his offense. That's how good he is.
There you go.
There you go.
You know, the game is evolving, and the great coaches like Nick Saban evolved with it. And this is just their offense now.
I just thought that was one of the question marks I had about Alabama this year. Would they allow Tua to say, and I said it all media in the offseason, we're going to score 42. Can you?
Right. Most people can't.
And they're above their average in the first half.
And Tennessee will start from the 25, but they only have 15 seconds to work with. Tuesday on CBS from Dick Wolf, executive producer of Law & Order, comes a new drama, FBI. Tuesday after NCIS, only CBS. So 3 touchdown passes.
Yep.
He doesn't play in the second half.
No, he's not. He could go in and shower right now. He's not going back out on the field.
His Heisman chances have not been hurt at all today.
And, well, you know, let's take something out of it for Tennessee, though. Second quarter competed. It was 28-0 the first quarter, and they were behind in yardage 217-6. But they tied the second quarter. And that's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah, and, you know, they get the ball first to start the third, so we'll wait and see. But Tennessee, with a late touchdown, that one hurts the Volunteers as they head to the locker room. 42-14, end of the half. For Jamie's halftime interview with Coach Saban, go to Twitter at SEC on CBS. 42-14 here at halftime in Knoxville as we head to Adam Zucker and the guys in our New York studios.
Fires. Chandler open. Touchdown. Tennessee.
Waddle behind the defense. Right side 30, 15, 10, 5. How are you? Another one.
Just about set to start the third quarter here at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville as Jason Aldean winds it down. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jamie's down on the field. Good news is Tennessee gets the ball to start third quarter. Bad news is that 2-minute drive at the end of the second was not good news for Tennessee.
If I'm Tennessee, and I'm right now, I'm just thinking, how do I get better for the rest of my season? I'm 3-3 coming to this game. I'm playing a great opponent. We're not as good as them. So let's use this competition to get better for the rest of the season.
Like South Carolina starting next week.
South Carolina, Missouri, Kentucky. You've got to get better, stay injury-free, play good, solid football, and look forward.
There's certainly been no quit in them so far today.
No.
They could have gone away and hidden after being down 28-0. They haven't. Fair catch, hesitation. Did they blow the whistle? I think he tried to call fair catch after he caught it, which would put it at the 2 or 3 yard line tie.
You know what? I think he thought he was in the end zone, and he was going to, but the new rule got him.
Caught the ball, then gave a fair catch signal.
Yeah.
That's a invalid fair catch. The ball be at the spot of the catch.
Yep, you got to do it before you catch the ball.
Boy, that's a killer. Let's go down to Jamie.
Well, bad news for Tennessee, Brad. Jarrett Garantano will not return for the rest of this game, dealing with a collarbone issue, so it will be Keller Christ under center. Jeremy Pruitt, interesting, coming out of the half. I said, Coach, what do you tell your guys in a game like this? He said, I made them one promise. We have a few guys that are playing the game the right way and doing all the right things, and I promise you that I will recruit 25 other guys that will play the right way so we don't have to play in another game like this.
Wow.
Pretty interesting lesson from Jeremy Pruitt at half.
No kidding, a hard lesson learned. And Chris falls down. Was his knee down before he got the handoff? It is. The safety.
The question is, did he pitch the ball before his knee went down?
I don't think so.
You got it.
We're going to see. There's flags now flying in as well. Talk about two things
he got
going
stepped
haywire.
on as he took the snap from under center.
The official in the end zone signaled safety.
And remember, with these modern offenses, watch him get stepped on as he turns. He gets his foot stepped on, and now his knee was down.
The ruling on the field is the quarterback's knee was down in the end zone. Therefore, that is a safety. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on number 33 for Tennessee. That penalty being forced on the succeeding kickoff.
So it was Chance Hall, number 76. When you get in those tight splits in short yardage, you're closer to the quarterback. As a quarterback, you have to understand that and keep your feet out and behind. But remember, these modern-day quarterbacks, they don't take a lot of snaps from center anymore.
Yep.
They don't have a lot of experience with it.
Jeremy Banks with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And you see he got kind of bulldogged down and then went after Judy and gave him a wrap on the helmet. As pylon cam will show you the end of the play. Well, I don't think I've ever seen three things that could go this wrong in 3 plays for Tennessee.
Right.
They had a fair catch called for after he caught the ball and started to advance.
Then a safety.
Then a safety, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Well,
and now a free kick is coming up.
Exactly. But you know what I think, Jeremy Banks? I think it goes back to the report that Jamie gave us. There's Jeremy Pruitt telling his team, you better keep competing, or we're going to find guys that do it.
But
so
you can't
Banks,
go 3 minutes after the whistle, though.
No, but Jeremy Banks is all fired up, and he's too much, right? He just goes overboard on it. I'm going to show Coach what I can do. I'm not going to be the one who backs down, and he takes a 15-yarder.
And now free kick. Paxton Brooks is apparently going to kick it. It's not punt it. It's from the 10-yard line, and this is going to give Alabama great field positions. Their 2 guys are at the 35, Josh Jacobs and Brian Robinson. And Henches, the tight end, is the up man at about the 45. So they think they can get more length on this free kick from their kicker or their kickoff man than they could from their punter. That was the most bizarre 2 minutes I think I can remember to start a third quarter. This will be fielded at the 29 by Jacobs. Josh gets out across the 45, and that's where Alabama will go to work, and we assume it's going to be, maybe I shouldn't assume, maybe it's Tua. I thought Jalen Hurts would be quarterback to come out to start this half, but apparently not.
Jalen Hurts needs second half practice. He wants to get in there. Tua says, no, I need second half practice.
Right. First half game trends. 5th time this year they've had 40 or more in a half. Tennessee, first time they've allowed that much in a long time. Their first 5 drives were not good at all. The last 2 times they had it, Keller Christ threw touchdown passes, but now they give it back to the Alabama offense. It's gotten 2 more points by a safety, and now Josh Jacobs goes for 4 out to midfield.
You know, Jeremy Pruitt, I guess, has high standards, and he should, obviously, right? Tennessee doesn't play just to play against, you know, a 3-4 record at the end of their schedule. I don't know if I agree with him that his team wasn't competing, though. I thought they were. I really do. I just think Alabama makes you look foolish sometimes. Now, I don't know about the mental mistakes. We don't know what their assignments are, but I thought they were playing hard.
Jeremy Judy put down at the line of scrimmage by Bryce Thompson. So it brings up a 3rd down. See if they can get a stop here on Alabama, get the ball back.
Now, you know, remember back in that that sequence where they couldn't line up right and they couldn't find the receivers. Maybe the mental mistakes is really what set him off. The effort's there, but you got to bring effort and discipline together.
And he admitted, and you said it earlier, Gary, he told his team, we're not as big as they are, we're not as fast as they are, they're better than we are, but we're playing against ourselves and the standard we're supposed to have, and apparently that's what he's not happy about in the first half. Tagovailoa over the middle, and Waddle's got a first down. Jalen Waddle has been a big part of this today because of the fact that Devontae Smith is not playing. Devontae was hurt last week in the win over Missouri.
I'm just not sure if Tennessee's players tried out for Alabama, if more than one or two could even start for Alabama. I mean, you just look around and go, who would you put on the bench? And that's the status of the program right now. They do not compete with the highest level of college football. Only one way to get that done, you got to recruit.
Yep. Here comes a blitz off the corner. Tagovailoa steps away from it and throws deep. Middle man there. Got him. Touchdown, Henry Ruggs. 41-yard dart from Tagovailoa, and he's down. Holding the back of his knee or his hamstring. Well, he's just thrown his 4th touchdown pass of the day.
Well, I'll tell you, he waited. He knew he was going to get hit, and he waited until the receiver got open to throw it. Now watch, he knows it's bearing down on a sack right here. He lets it go at the last second when he knows he's got the touchdown, and Ruggs gets one, and he took a shot late, but a good hit. Good, clean hit.
The extra point is good.
Matula says, I didn't play the first half. I'm going to get at least one shot on him.
I don't think we're going to see him anymore. 54 yards and 4 plays, just under 2 minutes to score again. 51-14. Let's take a look at the GMC game changer. This guy's a game changer. Tua Tagovailoa. The throw to Judy. That was the first one of the day of 4. Off the play fake. Lines up, finds Waddle, 77 yards and a touchdown. And then he said, wait a minute, I gotta get my tight end, H-back a little love. Irv Smith, corner, touchdown. And then just moments ago, took a big shot, but also rifled this 41-yarder right down the middle to Ruggs. So he's 19-29, 306, and 4 touchdowns.
The accuracy on the long balls is to be envious of. It's a skill. His ability to see space and time out players running full speed. Again, I go back 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were talking, I've never seen anybody do this short of Drew Brees. He's the last guy I've seen be able to throw the ball and lead players, throw them open in college ball.
Yep.
I mean, you know, the pros do it, but no one like this that I've seen in college ball.
Most points ever against Tennessee, closing in on it.
And remember last year, the speculation that we found out after the championship that Tua was thinking if he didn't play in that game, he was thinking that he might have to transfer. Just think about that.
He's been a star ever since halftime in Atlanta last year. Here's Jordan, tough run, got about 4. Christian Miller holds on to bring him down.
And again, you talk about all the stars with the ball, but there are stars without the ball on this team that make plays. Quinnen Williams that time, he just is either taking on blocks or getting into the backfield and causing chaos on almost every play here for Alabama. When you turn on the game tape, he is the highest graded player for any position in the SEC this year.
He's a mid-season second-team All-American. Came out with that list this week. Alabama had 5 guys on that team. Jordan again on the run. They got 3rd down and short. 6'4", 295-pound sophomore out of Birmingham. And he has become a force for that Tide defense. So 3rd down and 2. a huddle taking place. We don't see a lot of those either.
Yeah, Tennessee has gone slow this whole game. They've been snapping the ball with this play clock under 12 almost every play, trying to slow the game down.
Slow down the bleeding. 3rd and short. Christie's going to throw. He's got a man open just at the first down marker. Complete to Eli Wolf, the tight end. And it's first down.
Well, for the last 3 plays, Quinnen Williams has gotten in the backfield all 3 times. Watch him again. Goes through 2, he gets small, makes himself skinny as he turns, and almost gets there for another play. You either have to throw it fast, or he's going to be on you.
Not easy to make himself skinny.
Yeah, sure. Raekwon Davis, number 99, is back in the football game. He sat out the first half.
He threw some punches in the game against Missouri last week, so as a disciplinary move, Coach Saban kept him out of the first half of this game. Chandler collared and brought down by Shaheem Carter. And there was Roquan last week. Coach Saban said to us yesterday, I said to him, I really don't know what you're doing here. First of all, they were love taps. They weren't even punches. I said, well, we're going to limit his playing time as a punishment, and so he didn't play the first half today. So that wasn't by SEC, right. That was by the coach.
But it would have been the same penalty, so, you know, all's fair here. And I thought it was a, I was shocked he wasn't thrown out for a half, but he effectively was anyway.
Chris off play action, has to get rid of it in a hurry, too fast, trying to get it out to Marquez Callaway, but Isaiah Buggs was bugging him in the backfield.
And man on, nobody blocks him. Try to make the fake. Sometimes you have to give up the fake. If you're the end man, if your assignment is the end man on the line of scrimmage and you're supposed to fake, you just give it up.
Yeah.
Because he's coming. You don't have time.
Get yourself another half
You
second.
got it. You don't need to fake it.
3rd and long. That's Wolf, the tight end, in motion. 3rd and 11. Chris throws, got him in right on the money. Brandon Johnson, first down.
Beautiful throw. You have time to throw. There's usually not a college defense that can top this throw. You get it right in the seam. Right now, throw it, and he did. Lead him right down the hash. That's where the weakness of those zone defenses are.
Pick up of 27. So into Alabama territory, and no quit in Tennessee right now, even though they're trailing 51-14. They've got it at the 39. Madre London has come in to the ball backfield for the first time today. A 2 tight end set. A pitch to London, and he lost the ball. And Alabama kicked it out of bounds, or they would have had it.
Yeah, Mack Wilson was thinking scoop and score, because if he would have fallen on it, he would have had it right there. But he smelled end zone. If he'd have scooped it, he'd have scored. Ball pops out. Watch Mack try to pick this up on the run, and he kicks it. Oh, it was Carter's helmet that right on the face mask to the ball. Shaheem Carter, number 5, caused the fumble.
So that keeps it in the possession of the Volunteers, though they lost 4. 2nd down, 14. Jordan back in the ball backfield. A lot of shifting on that Alabama front. Christ going to throw it away. Wanted to go out to Jordan, and Shaheem Carter was sniffing that one out.
Yeah,
he didn't want to throw an interception.
It was a good play by Shaheem Carter. He was coming on the blitz, but he also had that man as a responsibility. A lot of times they call it a key blitz. When you rush at an offensive player. If he goes out, you peel with him.
That's what guys like Minka Fitzpatrick did so well.
So well. I blame all that on Dick LeBeau, the longtime coordinator for the Pittsburgh. He started that stuff, and now everybody does it.
Big 3rd down here if they could pick it up. Long way to go, though. Empty backfield. Christ with a quick throw on the wide-out screen, but Jordan's not going to get anywhere near the first down.
Now what do? Do you go for it on 4th down? You
I would think.
Yeah, you just might as well take a play, right?
You're at the 36. Your kicker's
right.
A 3 doesn't do you any good anyway, but. 4th down and 7.
Last time on 3rd down in a passing situation, Alabama only brought 4 players, and Keller Christ had plenty of time. Let's see if they don't load up that blitz. They've been very effective with it all game, bringing extra players. Well, I don't know if they're lined up right. Now they got it. Jennings on the other side.
Tennessee 4 out of 8 on 4th down this year. The throw is complete to Jennings, and it is a 1st down.
He is tough, isn't he?
Yes, he takes about 4 guys to bring him down.
He really is.
So that's a big 4th down conversion.
He's just a tough dude. I said if I was going to a dark alley, I'd pick Jennings and Rashard Lawrence as the 2 guys I'm going to walk down there, and I'd feel pretty safe. The LSU defensive tackle.
So they've got it inside the Alabama 30 here. And Juwan with 6 catches and over 100. Remember, he missed almost all of last year with a wrist injury. Had a good 2016, 7 touchdowns that year. And a good game here today. Flags fly. I think we have an illegal substitution, maybe.
Illegal substitution on the offense. 5-yard penalty remains 1st down.
12 men in the field that time, and the last one never got out. So you got the I formation, the tight end right there, 2 receivers, and there's number 12 right there for 12th player.
Brandon Johnson trying to get off the field, so that backs it up just outside the 32. At the midway point of the 3rd quarter, 8th penalty on Tennessee on the day. Wow, I backfield with a fullback.
Same formation.
Here's the toss. Chandler back to the corner. Oh, big hit. Again, that was Deontay Thompson, who almost had a targeting call earlier on the Tennessee touchdown. And this time, big hit at the end as well. With the shoulder, though, I think.
Yeah, LeBrian Ray is the guy that got blocked on the end man on the line of scrimmage that time. Did not set that edge, and Tennessee does a good job of getting a positive play.
That was a pretty good helmet collision there.
Well, this is a test for the offense. They're lining up and saying, let's see if we can run it. This is a manhood test right here by Jeremy Pruitt.
Yeah, and Quinton Williams just said, I know you're a man, but I'm only giving you a yard.
Yeah, I was thinking when I was saying the 2 guys I'd want in the alley, or you could also just close your eyes and tap one of those defensive linemen for Alabama.
I take this guy right here.
Yeah, whatever one pops up, is whatever.
Yep, I'll take 92.
Yeah, I'll take 92. He's safe.
At the 24, 3rd down and 7. Well, 2 down territory again, unless they think 3 points would help.
Oh yeah,
in this cause.
You're calling this play thinking you got 2 shots at it.
Empty backfield for Christ. 3 wide outs to the top. He looks that way and comes back on a slant, hits somebody en route. I think one of his linemen maybe in the back. So it's 4th down again.
Yeah, they were trying to get that tunnel screen, wide receiver screen out there. They shifted out. Ty Chandler's coming in and hits Riley right in the back of the head that time.
There's a wake-up call for you, number 56. They are going to try a field goal. Brent Samaglia is long this year's 45. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Samaglia from Franklin, Tennessee, with a 41-yarder, and he missed it left. No good. So it remains 51-14. An intense first-year head coach, Jeremy Pruitt, on the short end right now to his former boss, Nick Saban. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Ford, Gillette, the Home Depot, and by Sonic. Here on the banks of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, we have Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans bringing you today's scholar athletes. Christian Miller, grad student for Alabama, and Jesse Medford, From Tennessee, Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans showing their commitment to the investment of our future by donating $1,000 to Alabama and Tennessee's General Scholarship Fund. Jalen Hurts in Tua Tagovailoa's day done with 4 touchdown passes and over 300 yards through the air. So now it's Jalen's turn.
Heard a good one this morning. Tim Tebow was on and he said Jalen Hurts is the 2nd best quarterback in the SEC. That's your backup for Alabama.
Here he is on an RPO, keeps it. Jalen Hurts, 2-time SEC Player of the Year. How about that? And he's not starting. But 26-2 as a starter. Replaced at halftime last year. We know the story from that point on. Played in every game this year. Done a nice job both on the ground and through the air. And getting his second half action as he has for the most part all year long. Damian Harris behind him. Jalen had that one batted down, and it's intercepted by one of the defensive linemen. It's Kyle Phillips, and Phillips going the other way. Touchdown, Tennessee. The big fella, Kyle Phillips, SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week this past week for what he did against Auburn, and now he's got a 27-yard interception return for a touchdown.
I think it was Balin Buchanan, number 28, that got his hand on the pass, and Phillips would not be denied at all. You saw Jalen Hurts try to steal the ball. No way. Phillips wasn't giving it up. He saw that checkerboard end zone, and he was going for it.
Big play by the grad student out of Nashville, Tennessee. The ball got tipped and right to number 5.
And he was being blocked. He wasn't even in the play at all.
Samaglia in for the point after. Up and good. Surprise, surprise. I love seeing defensive linemen do that. Jalen Hurts, the ball deflected, number 5 being blocked by Jonah Williams of all people, and takes it the house. 27 yards on the interception return for the Volunteer touchdown. 1:21 after the interception return for a touchdown by Kyle Phillips. Right now, Tennessee would love to have that onside kick back.
Yep. And Tua not to have started the second half.
Exactly.
Well, could you play well? You know, another goal. Could you play well enough to force Tua back in the game? How about that as a goal?
That would be a good one. From the 7, Brian Robinson on the kick return. Right across the 25 and just about to the 30-yard line. Next Saturday, Home Depot SEC on CBS brings you number 11 Florida and 8th ranked Georgia in Jacksonville. Then in primetime, San Diego. From San Diego, 4th ranked Notre Dame takes on Navy for the 92nd consecutive time. Mercedes-Benz Drive to Atlanta kicks off today at 2:30 Eastern, followed by the State Farm College football today.
Well, we'll be doing the first one and watching closely the second one because we've got to get ready for that Army-Navy game.
Exactly. Army a winner today in 2 overtimes. Jalen Hurts off the play fake, the throw is complete to Henry Ruggs.
How about that? Give a lot of credit. Mike Loxley, offensive coordinator for Alabama. The guy throws a pick 6 on a batted ball. So what do? You come right back to him and go rifle it. And he does. And another outstanding catch by the Alabama receiving corps.
Again, playing without Devontae Smith, who's normally the starter. But Waddle got the start today with Devontae out with an injury. And they just keep whipping it out there to Ruggs and Judy and Waddle and the rest. Here's Najee Harris on the carry. Picked up 3.
And I was thinking why Tua played at the start of the second half. And the only thing I can think of is that Alabama, because of the bye week and because they're playing LSU, They said, let's get you ready for halftime adjustments. It's almost like a third, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, like in the NFL, a third preseason game, they usually let the starter go past halftime to kind of get used to getting in there, making the adjustments, and coming back out.
Najee Harris again, nice cut back to the middle, and he's got a first down run.
Najee Harris.
I mean, because they got to figure going into LSU, they got to bye next week, obviously, that they're going to be a 4-quarter game. And Tua's never played, you know, I mean, how many times has he been gone to a situation where he had to adjust at halftime?
LSU's got a big game tonight against Mississippi State. And if they survive that one, that will be a big-time matchup, LSU and Alabama. First down at the 45. Najee again, straight up the middle, hurdles a man, and then a stiff arm, and 14 yards later.
How do you do that? Najee's about a 230-pound running back, okay? He hurdles Warrior, and then as he's jumping, he sidesteps. Watch, hurdle, sidestep, all in the same motion. What a beautiful run.
Watch the stiff arm at the end. There's the hurdle.
There's the sidestep,
boom,
and
right
then the stiff arm.
Yeah.
A threefer.
That was something.
1, 2, and 3.
And take this one with you. At the 31, first down.
That's highlight material right there.
Here he is again, taking it wide left. With a spin move that time, and got 4 more, maybe 5.
You know, Tua and Najee are very close, and this offseason he actually visited Tua's home in Hawaii, went out there. They were on the recruiting trails together, and obviously they both ended up in Alabama together, very close friends.
So Najee got 5, second and 5.
Najee's Harris' mother, I think, even went on that trip. A very nice clip I saw of them celebrating some of the traditions out there in Hawaii. I saw Brad do that many years ago.
Too old now for those special dances.
That's exactly right. You try it, but you're not as good.
It's just not as good as I used to be. Here's Najee again. Sidesteps his own blocker, pushes him away, and has another first down run.
Same defense. It's kind of been a staple for Tennessee. You bring the corner blitz, and then you slant the defense away from it to stop the run. It's not really a passing blitz. It's for the run, but Najee Harris reads it and slips it and makes the positive play.
So back in the red zone at the 18, and they've been pretty good in the red zone today as Alabama. Najee with over 50 yards now. And he's been the power on this drive so far. Give it to him again. This time hitting the backfield. He's going to lose yardage. DJ Henderson, one of the first guys there, along with Phillips, as we start to wind down the third quarter.
And remember, DJ Henderson is playing because Alontae Taylor was ejected early in this football game.
Let's see if Jalen Hurts puts it up again. Second down and 13. Rearranging his backfield, getting Harris over to his left. Jalen will throw. Maybe. Maybe not. He's going to take off with it. Great wheels. First down and more. Touchdown, Alabama. Jalen Hurts doing what Jalen Hurts does as well as anybody in football. A 21-yard touchdown run.
Number 14, Tyrell Shavers, at the end of the play, helps Jalen Hurts into the end zone, but you saw what made him such a successful quarterback. Tua even runs out on the field to shake hands with him and then goes back to the bench. When he was making these plays for Alabama, and remember, twice in the playoffs.
Chick-fil-A pylon cam shows you Jalen Hurts coming in for, believe it or not, his first rushing touchdown of the year, but the 22nd of a brilliant career for the junior. And it makes it 58-21.
And you know, he was patient with the pass. He's trying to learn to be a better passing quarterback. But if it's not there, he still has this dimension, and he used it.
Our aerial coverage is sponsored by State Farm, here to help life go right. A little over a minute remaining third quarter here in Knoxville. Alabama with another touchdown, a 70-yard drive in 8 plays. Most points they've ever scored against Tennessee.
I love the first down play, though. He got one batted down. You got a quarterback. Remember, the Jalen Hurts success he's had. Nick Saban has been very loyal to Jalen because Jalen was loyal to Alabama and his teammates had stayed. He's trying to become a better quarterback as a passer. So they came right back to him and threw the ball. Great call on first down.
Fair catch called for this time and taken at the 6-yard line, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Monday, Cedric the Entertainer and Max Greenfield star in the new comedy The Neighborhood, Monday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
And Keller Christ is putting himself together a nice little package of plays. There's Jared Carantano coming back out on the field. And or the way he's holding that arm, who knows what it is right there. Maybe thought maybe a clavicle, but it could have been a cracked sternum for all we know, whatever it is.
First will get it off on the ground. Nice balance, putting his hand down and still fighting. Tim Jordan and a first down.
Well, we saw Tim Jordan break out against West Virginia. I think he went for 118 yards in that football game. Showed this type of determination in that football game. And again, that's what Jeremy Pruitt is selling in this game. All right, we're not going to win, but we're not going to stop.
Inside out, Trey!
First down at the 36. Tight end in motion, Eli Wolf. And they'll run it again, going the other way, and another good run. Up at 5 or 6. Dylan Moses made the stop on Tim Jordan, and that might bring our third quarter to a close.
You know, Alabama's rushing stats have not been what they used to be, but you got to wonder how many of them have been almost in garbage time when they've been ahead by more than 4 touchdowns.
Nick Saban saying fourth quarter belongs to us. I'll tell you one thing, the first 3 have. That is the end of 3 with the score. Top ranked Alabama 58. Tennessee 21. We'll return to Knoxville after this message and a word from your local station. .54 a game. They've got 58 at the end of 3. 58-21 over the Volunteers of Tennessee. So we head into the fourth quarter at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. Keller Christ in at quarterback. Tim Jordan's been running it hard on the series that ended the third quarter, and he's going to get the toss sweep on the left side, but he's going to get run down by Anthony Jennings as well to open up the quarter. So Alabama always says, Gary, they want to play to their standard and all that. I think their standard's pretty good, and they've upheld that today. I
really only think there's 4 or 5 teams in the country that can beat Alabama, and Alabama might have to help them a little bit. I mean, they're clearly, it's a, college playoff here is a little weird because the committee uses the word best. How are you going to argue against Alabama being one of the best 4 teams in the country?
Absolutely.
I don't know what they're going to, unless they lose 2 games. How are they not in the playoffs?
Who are they going to beat to?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be really strange if they do get upset before they get into the SEC championship.
3rd and 5 for Chris. Quick slant, tried to tuck it in there, and is broken up by Jared Maiden, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Because the eyeball test is very important to the committee, and if you put the eyeball test on this football team, could they get upset at LSU? I guess.
Maybe.
Maybe. Could they get beat, by Georgia in the SEC championship game? Maybe. But does that mean they're not one of the 4 best teams? That's going to be what's really interesting with the committee, especially with Notre Dame being undefeated.
Notre Dame idle today. They're catching on the punts.
And the argument that, the critics are saying is they haven't played anybody. Yeah, you got anybody in mind that you want to think they can beat them?
Just put them up there, we'll knock them down. They're 14 minutes away from being perfect at 8-0.
Come in for a test drive, end up with a fun drive. The Volkswagen Drive to Decide event. Get a $1,000 bonus on select 2019 Jetta and 2018 Tiguan and Atlas 2.0T models.
Sonic's $2.99 Car Hop Classic. A juicy quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a flavorful signature slinger with golden brown crispy tots. A deal so nice, you should order it twice, because it's only $2.99. Hurry in for a Car Hop Classic, ending soon.
Not long ago, Rhonda started here. And then more jobs began to appear. These techs in a lab, this builder in a hard hat, the welders and electricians who do all of that. The diner staffed up because they all needed lunch. Teachers, doctors, jobs grew a bunch. What started with one job spread all around because each job in energy creates many more in this town. Energy lives here.
Now it's time for our ExxonMobil game recap. Alabama and Tennessee, the 101st meeting. First quarter sack and fumble recovery. Christian Miller recovered that fumble. That led to a Josh Jacobs touchdown. That's the first of 2 for him. That one 3 yards out. He added a 2-yard one a little bit later on. Keller Christ in relief of Jared Garantano threw a dart here. One of his 2 touchdown passes on the day, but there's just too much to it. Every time he let it fly, it seemed like it was a touchdown. 4 of them on the afternoon, tying a career high. An errant throw there. Kyle Phillips got a defensive lineman's dream, returned that for a touchdown. And that was all the scoring so far for Tennessee. And then Jalen Hurts comes in. He does what he does so well. Hurts the defense with his legs. 21-yard touchdown run. And we're at 58-21.
So interesting situation if you're Nick Saban here. What are you working on? Are you working on keeping guys healthy? Are you working on giving the opportunity for Jalen Hurts to work on his passing game in case you need him and Tua gets hurt? Or are you just trying to get out of here?
I'd run the ball. And they do. And the reason I say that is because, you know, let's face it. Jeremy Pruitt said to us the other day about Coach Saban. He said, listen, Nick had a couple games where they might have put 100 on somebody if he wasn't such a nice man. Well, these guys used to work together for a long time, and Jeremy worked for Nick.
I know, but let's suppose something happens to Tua in the first half against LSU.
You're going to mix the pot here, aren't you?
Well,
it's what you do best.
I know when I was the backup quarterback, I
want to throw, huh?
Right, when I get in there, I want to throw. I mean, aren't you trying to get Jalen Hurts ready in case you have to use him?
Straight up the middle is Robinson, first down. Ryan Robinson, the basically the fourth tailback, and he could play for just about anybody.
I'll tell you one thing about it, about keeping guys healthy, and you saw Alex Leatherwood make another great block. This offensive line, all the starters are still in there. I mean, they're protecting their running backs and their quarterback. They're not, emptying the bench with the backup offensive linemen. All of the starters are still in the game. Lester Cotton looks like he's in there, but remember, he was a starter up until this game.
A couple new tight ends in, however. And Forrestall and Derek Keefe. Robinson again, protecting the football, taking people with him. Another tough run as we check in with Jamie.
Well, that was a tough lesson and probably a tough promise to hear from Jeremy Pruitt at the half for these Tennessee guys. But who is used to hearing things like that is Kyle Phillips. He is the product of a mother who is one of the most famous women in Tennessee basketball history. She is the athletic director at Tennessee State. He said she is one of the hardest people on him when it comes to a game, when it comes to his game. So I would think his first career interception, his first career touchdown, Mom's going to be smiling after this one.
I think so, too.
I see Matt Womack back in the game at right tackle. Remember, he was a starter almost all of last year at right tackle and got replaced.
Second down and 5 here to the 12-minute mark at the 43. Corner blitz. Jalen Hurts pulls it up, throws perfectly to Derek Keefe for the first down.
Nice job by Jalen Hurts that time. He wanted to throw to the slot inside, took his time, looked to the outside, second guy. Robinson does a good job of picking up the blitz that time, and Jalen Hurts delivers a strike. He scanned inside, wasn't there, regrouped, and threw the ball outside.
Jalen last year in this game, 13 out of 21 for 198 yards and a touchdown. And now in relief of Tua, having a good day. Scored on the ground, a couple of nice throws.
Well, just remember in the national championship game when Clemson beat Alabama, when he left the field, he had the lead.
Robinson takes it outside, cuts back inside. Another good run, pickup of about 5. Don't forget, later in the game, can't get much later, but a little bit later, the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. It's probably going to be an Alabama highlight, I think. Hard to choose play of the game. There's been some good ones by the guys in crimson. 2nd and 5 again, this time in Tennessee territory at the 48-yard line, just inside the 48. The gives to Robinson. The cutback run. He covers it, changes the ball to his left hand, and now he's cruising into the secondary. This is the 4th Alabama tailback, folks, if you're just joining us.
Yeah, well, watch their number 4 tight end, Miller Forster, come around and get the key block in the inside against Ignat, and run the ball to the outside. You follow those H-backs. They're almost like fullbacks in the backfield. They line next to the tackle.
They'll lead you, won't they?
Peel back and lead you. You got it.
Got 20 on that carry.
And that means that the new offensive linemen are in the game, all the backups.
And the quarterback as well. Mac Jones in at quarterback number 3. Gives it off. Robinson, little hesitation. He'll lose a yard.
He's going to take out his quarterback, or he wants to rest his offensive lineman, so he puts his number 3 quarterback in too.
Well, the first 2 guys did a pretty good job, and now Mac Jones in there, redshirt freshman out of Jacksonville, which is where we'll be next week. Hope you join us for that one. The Gators
should be
and the Dogs.
Should be a great football game.
Yeah. Georgia coming off a loss. Florida's been impressive under first-year coach Dan Mullen. And we'll have a big social gathering down there in Jacksonville. Robinson dropped at the line of scrimmage, but Thule with the tackle. Speaking of next week, first time both teams since 12 are ranked, and teams have won the East 18 of the 26 times. They're the 2 leaders right now, with Kentucky in that side of the SEC, and Florida's won 3 of the last 4. Florida was sort of a pain for Mark Richt in his final years at Georgia. And now Kirby Smart with a team that's ranked 8th in the country. Florida ranked 11th, and we've seen that Florida pass rush. It's an impressive one, and Jake Fromm will be worried about that.
Now let's see how if Georgia retools for that football team. They got away from the running game last week, and it paid.
Here's how the East looks. Top at 6-1 and 4-1, and Kentucky right on their heels. Tennessee and South Carolina playing next week.
Hey, Brad, do you watch much pro football? Remember Green Bay and Crosby had the kicking problems against the Lions?
Right.
Well, Alabama's been having kicking problems. Do you not remember Aaron Rodgers went over and they allowed him to kick one late? And then this last week he won the game. Do you not allow Alabama to kick a field goal here and gain your confidence?
I would agree with you. They don't put Bullivus in there, so they're going on 4th and 2. And they're going to get the 2. Robinson, another carry.
Just an opportunity. I mean, do you need, when you're going to need a field goal maybe to win a game? It's hard to win a championship without having a close game or needing a big kick.
Bullivus is 8 out of 12, their kicker, by the way. And his longest this year is 47. He's staying active over there just in case. But we're going to work our way under the 7-minute mark here with, for the most part, Alabama just running the ball.
I think when, as Jamie said, when Jeremy Pruitt went to the running game, Nick Saban said, okay, we will too.
Brian Robinson's already carried it 9 times for 55 yards in relief duty. He gets another one here, and nice play defensively by Balin Buchanan coming off the corner. Coming up tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. Number 21 ranked Bulls of USF looking to remain undefeated in an American Conference class against the UConn Huskies. Jason Horowitz and David Deal remaining undefeated. So Alabama, you can put an 8 up there right now. Ohio State 7-0. Clemson is beating NC State badly the last time Zook gave us an update. Notre Dame is idle, and on it goes. And another carry, another loss. Emmett Gooden in on the tackle. So under 6 minutes, and Brian Robinson's probably going to end up being the leading rusher for Alabama.
Yes, exactly.
Just in the fourth quarter.
Right. Well, it's a lot of competition here. Look at Damian Harris. As we said earlier, he is, one of the great running backs we have in college football. Barely gets, 8 carries a football game in this thing. They're just stacked at that position.
Damian's got around 2,700 yards of career rushing, but he even told us a couple weeks ago, I'm going to have a lot of tread left on my tires when I go to the NFL.
He's fresh.
Robinson bangs his way inside the 10.
Yeah, great run there.
Got it down around the 7.
In the way I'm thinking this out, if you're Nick Saban on the field goal, is it rubbing it in to kick a field goal? Maybe that's what he's thinking,
Yeah, we don't know. There'll be a lot of speculation about that, but that happens in lopsided games.
Yeah, no big deal either way, I guess.
Right.
It's an extra point from here.
And Jeremy Pruitt, his former defensive coordinator, knows full well if we can't stop you, go ahead and score.
Well, they're running every play. You know it's going to be a run.
Robinson going to weave his way to the 5, not going to get there. As we're down to 4.5 minutes. Turnover on downs. We'll give Tennessee the football back when we return. Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Smile Direct Club, Napa, Chick-fil-A, and by Bud Light. Coming up after our game, stay tuned for the CBS Sports College Football Postgame Show presented by Capital One. Zook and Rick and BJ have all the scores and highlights. Talk about this one. Look ahead to what's yet to come. That last drive by Alabama, 13 runs and 1 pass. It covered 69 yards in 14 plays and chewed 9.5 minutes off the clock, which is what we anticipated that Nick Saban and his offense would do. And then at the very end came up short on 4th down. So Tennessee takes over with 4:32 remaining. Tim Jordan behind Keller Christ. He'll get the handle. And a nice tough run again. Boy, he's working hard here, still late in the game.
So, Brett, as we watch this, we've watched Alabama play. Obviously, they're competing for a national championship. That's the only thing that matters. What's their weakness? I mean, up to a couple weeks ago, the thought was run defense, but that's been terrific lately.
Right.
I mean, kicking game.
I guess kicking game, punting. Punting was pretty good today.
It was. I'm wondering if their weakness is they're too good. They haven't been pushed. Every championship team that I've covered in this league, there was, McElroy leading that 2-minute drive against Auburn.
Right.
There was, A.J. McCarron winning that game at LSU. Is it that they haven't been pushed? Is that their only weakness?
I think so. That's kind of what we said in the open 3.5 hours ago. Nobody has played them, made them play in the second half.
Right, and a trademark of Alabama teams that nobody has talked about over the years is they've been clutch.
Right.
And they won games when it was close. And now they haven't even been pushed in a football game. Will LSU be able to push them and their lack of experience in it? But now think about this. If they do get pushed, I mean, they got the quarterback that just did a second half against Georgia comeback. I mean, I don't think he's going to feel too nervous about a regular season game.
No. But still, the scene in Baton Rouge 2 weeks from now will be something. Jordan again as we work under 3 minutes. Tennessee would love to just keep running the ball here too, get a couple first downs, get out of here. And I think there's no doubt that Jeremy Pruitt, when he looks back at this, he might have been upset when he talked to Jamie at halftime about lack of effort. I don't see that at all.
No, I didn't see that. Now, again, we don't know the mental mistakes.
True.
Okay,
yeah.
and that's what maybe got him so upset. We don't know where they're supposed to line up. You can guess when there's a player uncovered, but for the most part, it seemed to me like Tennessee played as hard as they could, and they're not good enough.
The give again, Tim Jordan trying to fight his way outside against a whole bunch of Tide defenders. Check in with Jamie.
Well, I just want to make sure what I heard and what I said on the air and what we are all discussing now is just what was said, which was what he said was there are a couple guys that are playing the game the right way. Now, is your interpretation of that effort, or is he just looking at the X's and O's of how guys are playing? Because he didn't say effort, he said doing things the right way.
Okay, yeah, true.
Well, yeah, and then he added, I will get 25 new ones.
Yeah, to do things the right way, though. Okay. I didn't know if that translated to effort.
That could be mental mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to figure out. I'll tell you what, the last 5 LSU Bama games in Baton Rouge have been 8 points, 10 points, 12 points, 14 and 16. And Bama has tied or trailed in all 5 of those games in Baton Rouge. So usually when you go there, you have to play clutch football in the fourth quarter to win.
That will be for another day. Open week for Coach Saban and his 8, soon to be 8-0 Crimson Tide. They're obviously not going to lose any points in the rankings. Still be number 1 with a bullet. Waddle just trying to get everybody out of the way to let that one roll dead inside the 30-yard line. You saw Jeremy Pruitt clapping over there on the sidelines. He said one thing Coach Saban always said, if you're not coaching it, you're letting it happen. That's what we're going to do in the last minute here. Tonight on CBS begins with Michael Jackson's Halloween animated adventure, followed by back-to-back editions of 48 Hours. Tonight, only CBS. Final minute in Knoxville as Alabama will take a couple of knees here with third-string quarterback Mac Jones in. Tua Tagovailoa played into the second half, if you missed it, and threw a third-quarter touchdown pass. Then it became Jalen Hurts' turn. He scored on a 21-yard run. And now Mac Jones at quarterback.
He's going to take a knee, and there's going to be 2 more plays in this game. Both knees.
8-0 and 5-0 for Nick Saban, and he will be 15-0 against his former assistant coaches. An unblemished mark against all the other guys that are head coaches around college football now. And this will be 12 straight wins for him against Tennessee.
I don't think there's any surprise here. I think Jeremy Pruitt knew that what he was in for in this football game. And again, the reason he was competing at halftime and said what he said to Jamie is he's coaching for the future.
And given by how they've improved from the first time we saw him this year, I think the future will be bright once the recruiting picks up and all of that. And so 2 old friends will meet at midfield. Alabama goes to 8-0. The Volunteers drop to 3-4. Final score: Alabama 58, Tennessee 21 here at Neyland Stadium. We'll be back to Knoxville, Tennessee to wrap it up right after this.